Let's boogie. And Lynn will be posting some stuff about the website. We have it literally, it's almost like a new website. Everything goes into the blog, and we got a blog for the first time. And in a few days, I'm going to start adding to it. And Lynn's putting some stuff in. And so if you go to the website, it'll look a little bit different. And then the tabs at the top will take you to different places. Also, will tell you about events and everything, and appointments. I do see people by appointment, either not in person nowadays, but by telephone, by FaceTime, and by Zoom. Please do take advantage of those. I do work with the physical, I work with the emotional on the appointments, not here, but on those other things. And this coming, hey Earl, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Good to see you. So this coming Monday, I'm going to be doing a workshop on scanning and what I work with. And it's going to go deep into the intuitive. I highly recommend it. So please do take advantage of that. And if you do need help, I do have, thanks, Lynn. I do have, some availability where I can help you, with the cost of the course and everything. It's a 4-day course. It's going to go for an hour and a half each day, Monday to Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Take advantage of that. It's an awesome, awesome course. And let's see here. Through the internet, we get to, get a lot more participation. We already have people signed up for it. I think there's 5 of us or something like that. 4 of us or 5 of us. And, please take advantage of that. Get in there, sign up early for it. And if you should need help with it, get a email to Lynn at admin at markehrlich.com. That's Lynn's. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate putting all the information up there. And please, for this and for also the Healing Circle, that's every other week. The gathering is every week, but for the Healing Circle every other week. And for the free mini classes as well, they're all free. And please, if it's within your heart, do give a donation. Or excuse me, I don't call it donation anymore. That's not legal, unless I'm a 501c3, which I'm not. I call it gifting and or support. And so there's a place on the website you can do that. It doesn't matter what you give. Just give from your heart. That's all that matters. And what it does, it not only helps us to keep on going, but it helps others who just cannot afford anything, and they need help either with appointments or they have this fantastic desire and need to go to classes. So it helps everyone. Please do take a part of that, be a part of that, and take advantage of doing that. It also helps you. As you let go of your money, there's more prosperity that comes upon you. And I think that's really important. I've had to learn how to do that too. And I'm always doing it in my life, people that I know that are in need. And there's even a guy, he's an older gentleman. He's been at the shopping center entrance for I don't know how long. And he's just, he has, I'll just say it, he has schizophrenia and he's bipolar. And he's sure not going to be able to go out and get a job or be able to support himself hardly. So I'm always contributing to him, whatever I have in my pocket. I think that's really important. And I've also noticed that as I do that, more comes to me. And so I really do take advantage of that, not for the purpose of more coming to me, but for, the purpose of helping someone from my heart, because I know he really, really needs it. And so do take advantage of that, please, if you have the opportunity. We also have the, as I mentioned here, the Powerful Empath Development. That's going to be a mini course the following week on the 6th at noon. Take advantage of that too. It's a mini course. It'll be between 30 minutes to an hour, hopefully 30, 35 minutes. And, do it. Just take these courses. They're free and open to you. Thank you. Oh, October 6th, Lynn said, at 6:30 is the free healing circle. That's going to be open there. And all of the things that we do are literally open for replay, except for the major courses. The replays will be coming up. For this particular, the gathering, it comes up within a couple minutes or less on Facebook for you to view it. But for the Healing Circle and for the mini courses, they come up within a couple days. And for replay on the Spiritual Healing with Mark Rolik's page, community page that we have. And I want to welcome all the new people that are starting to join the new group. Thank you for being here. I'm just totally honored. And let's see, the course itself, they're for any of the paid courses, they're actually available privately on a YouTube channel, and Lynn will direct you to that from the through, I guess, texting or email, however she does her magic. I don't know. And Lynn is in Canada, and she's out in the boonies, I understand. But she's always helping me, which is just fabulous. I don't know of anything else. Just go to the website, check it out, please, and sign up for the newsletter if you want. I really appreciate that. And a lot of the, all of the past videos are also listed on there as well. Is there anyone here, please share with me, is there anyone here that would like to ask me a question? That you can post it on the side. And let's see, the events page will be updated. Okay, good, good, good. Otherwise, some events are still listed on the homepage. Good, excellent. All right, is there anyone here who would like to ask me a question about spirituality or healing that I could try to answer? Please do let me know, and I will do my darndest, and I won't make anything up. When I say that, everything comes from within myself, so much to the point that I don't even remember what I just said. So please, any questions that anyone would like to ask. And also, besides the questions, yes, the newsletter has a new look too. Yay, I love it. And I can't wait. Lynn showed it to me today. And so, in any case, let me see here. Please, any questions that I can try to answer on spirituality or healing, and I will do my darndest to answer it. And then also I'll be doing the a couple healings today, and that'll be it. And then we'll say our adieus until next week. But in the meantime, Sue Cavis, she's not here now, but she asked me a question. And the question was, please comment on the words from the Lord's Prayer. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Please comment on that. Hi, Sue. Good question. I love it. Absolutely love it. There's no question that isn't, awesome. But I really enjoyed this question. Let me take a sip here. The Lord's Prayer is a guidebook on how to come into the mind of God and how to follow it very simply and easily. Nowhere does it say that you have to do it this way. It's a guidance only of how to do it and how to come into that mind. That's the purpose of it. That's the function of it. He doesn't say you have to do this. It's said this is how you pray. And I'm not talking about prayer in a religious context. Even Jesus wasn't religious, to my understanding. He was Gnostic, pre-Christianity and pre all the a lot of the other religions. And prior to that, it was tribal, so everyone had their ways and of doing things, of connecting with a greater source. So my take on this thing is every line or two, and this is before I really answer your question, Sue, every line or two is to be wondered about. That's what it's for. You're not going to get it all or try to understand it. It's not possible. Every line or two is to be wondered about or meditated on. And there's just no way around it if you really want to get it. Actually, if you were to meditate or wonder on just one line at a time for days, it's possible to do each line even for weeks or months each time. And if you just took one line and just worked it and worked it and worked it and wondering about it, you'll always come up with more and more and more information. And it'll just be revelatory towards you. And not even reading the rest of it, just reading one line and wondering what it means. And you'll just learn more and more. And that's the beauty about it. I equate it to, it's like reading a good book. Every time you read it or reread a paragraph, it'll be different. And that's the way this is. And that's the way it's designed. And again, it's how to. It's not what to do. It's how to do it. Now, to answer more of your question, my immediate response is when you wrote, "Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." While pursuing the path, it is to, and this will guide you into pursuing the path in the Lord's Prayer. And while pursuing the path, though, is to practice learning how to be conscious. And as we participate in this and practice this, that's all we have to do is just practice it and wonder about it and meditate or meditate about it. Then you see how the mass mind of the world really wants and needs us. I'm talking about the mass consciousness, the mass mind. How it wants us and needs us to be influenced by it, so that we can, so that it can influence us not to go to our true self, that we don't get to recognize it. Notice how you even have, say, a revelation or an understanding, or some great spiritual experience, or whether it be minor or major. You'll notice that right after that, we can't maintain that. Well, what that's doing is sabotaging us, because the mass mind comes in and inhibits us and deters us, so that we're not focused on that anymore. So that's what I refer to as the mass mind, or people call the mass consciousness. And it influences us not to go to our true self within. And it's that mind that will find every influence and every trigger that we have, even unbeknownst to us, of the things that we aren't even aware of. It'll, whether it be in the world or in thinking or whatever, the whole purpose of the mass mind is to pull us away from the true mind of our source that's feeding us information or giving us information. That's the purpose of it. And that's all it wants to do, because if it does influence us, then it won. And it doesn't want us to win by finding ourselves, by finding the source that's waiting for us to come to it, and so that it can share with us freely. And that's just the way it is. Please, any questions about that I could try to answer? Please, anything. anything anyone would like me to talk about or to mention or to work with? How about working with someone here? Anyone would like me to work with them? How are you doing, Parachi? How do you feel? Tell me, hon. And have you noticed changes? And I also believe, since we last worked, and I also believe you had someone that you had me work with. It's vaguely in my mind somewhere. Please, anyone. So, in the meantime, there we go. Lynn, question from Diana. Oh, cool. Can you give some insight to the current times? I hate to say that I feel I have lost faith and feel like evil is prevailing. I'm not sure if this is faith or man. Good question. I even had a question similar to that, I think yesterday or today. I can't remember. Can I give insight to the current times? I don't buy into the current times. I don't buy into any time. All I strive for, Diana, is to get to know ourselves, get to know myself. And that's the only thing that's really important to me. Then a lot of the other things, they're not going to influence me. And when they're influencing me, I know that I'm also picking up on that mass mind of depression, which is quite prevalent now. And that's, I believe, in my own personal opinion, the world according to Garth Mark, I believe that that mass mind just it wants us to cease functioning. It's just like a user, someone that loves to use people. Well, that's what the mass mind is. It wants to use you and not to go to that divinity within. So everything is going to be thrown at you. And we find out later that, oh my God, if I wasn't, going through that, this could have been done. Or, I would be at a different place in my life, if I didn't fall for that or this or whatever the dynamic is. I don't let things influence me. And at least not, maybe sometimes things will slip in, but what I do is I try to catch myself and say, wait a second, what's the result of this? That mass mind, if I catch it inside myself, it's like a consciousness. I'll picture it as a globule inside of me, a mass mind concept. And I'll catch it and I'll say, how do you serve me? And I wait for an answer. And sometimes it'll say, I really don't serve you. And I say, okay, thanks for showing up. I'll see you later. And I don't resist it in any way. I just know that it exists. And I don't have any, things like where I have to hold up a cross, to get rid of it. I'm aware of its existence. And as long as I'm aware of it, it has no life in me. It isn't able to hook me into it to get into panic, anxiety, worry, fear, because I'm knowing otherwise, a different wisdom than what that wants to show me as a wisdom. I don't get hooked into it. I just refuse. And so, it reminds me of an analogy as well that I had many, 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 many years ago. Say if, everything's going great in your life, then all of a sudden you look out the window or you look up and you see the storm coming. Well, you can enjoy the storm, or, if you know it's going to be a heavy duty storm, what you do is you go inside. And so I pictured myself going inside. Now, this is all an analogy that came to me one day, a long time ago. And I saw myself in my mind going inside after the storm, because it actually started raining outside at one point. And I figured, okay, I got some decent clothes on. I don't want to get soaked yet. And so I went inside another place, and then the storm came. And then I started imagining, okay, after the storm comes, what happens? There's wind that comes with it, and then even cyclonic wind, lifting things up, everything's getting tossed around, and things are being strewn all over the place, and there's junk that's being thrown all over, and the winds are getting stronger and stronger, and all these dynamics are happening, and then the storm starts to subside. And it's the same thing with the mass mind. A lot of dynamics are coming up where it's going to be screwy out there. It's going to be chaotic, and it's going to be just depressing. It's going to be you're going to experience anxiety. You're going to experience worry. You're going to experience fear. You're going to have all these dynamics and emotional things, turmoils happening like the storm. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So I figured, okay, I'm going to wait for the storm to end and the winds to die down, and then I'm going to go out. Then I get to see at the very end of it all that I only see the junk strewn around, and it's clear again. And I didn't participate in that junk. It's the same thing with us. We don't have to participate in that. We don't have to practice being like the rest of the world. That's more difficult than being simple. But we weren't taught that simplicity is easy. We think that being simple is doing all kinds of religious and acts and doing all kinds of mantras and everything else, and doing certain rituals. We don't have to go there. All we have to do is just wait. And that's where I have always come up with, in all the workshops I teach, wait, watch, and listen to see what's really real. Then we're not influenced by that mass mind. And if it's not creative, it's destructive. If it's destructive, then it's not creative. So we can make a choice in our lives. Is it going to help us? Is it going to feed us? Then we can participate in it. No matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone does, no matter what we witness, no matter what we read, is it creative or is it destructive? And if I come up with it's destructive, then I don't participate. And I want something creative in my life, and I stick to my guns on that too. Or else I'm not, just not participating in those things. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. So, I hope that answered your question, Sue. And also, Prache and, everyone. I hope it answers questions of dilemmas, of dramas and traumas and everything else. If it's not creative, it's destructive. If it's destructive, I'm not going to participate in it. That's my take on the world and the mass mind. All right, let's see here. Let's see if anyone wrote anything. Prache, I'm okay. Yes, a big change lining up. Yes, yes, yes. Good deal, Prache. I'm glad to hear that. And yes, Mark, I had you work on my friend's family. All right, cool. And my friend's family. I don't know them directly, but my friend was distinctly distraught with the tragedy. Right. Okay. Thanks for reminding me about that. Yes. And I asked a blessing on them too. I said prayers for them. And my music teacher is a lot like that. Her thought process. That's great. And I bet she's a really joyful, knowing person too. That's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that. Please, any other questions I can try to answer on healing or what I believe in, which I've been talking about already, which is very Gnostic in some respect. There's other forms of Gnosticism, but this is the way, my perception of it. Please, any other questions I can try to answer? If not, is there anyone here that would like me to work with them? I'd love to. Please. I hate to see this end early here. All right. Please, any questions on healing or spirituality, or is there anyone who'd like me to work with them in any way, or someone else that you do know that isn't well physically? Please share with me. Let me know here. All right, Prachi. Yes, she is a joyful, and she says she doesn't participate, just like you said. Awesome. Good for her. It's a waste of time because that's always changing too, and that's my perception of things. Uh, Everything that's out there now is in process of change, and so I don't worry about things, and I don't get pulled into them. It's a waste of time because that's going to change in a few minutes or a few days, and it's always leading into another change. Everything, even the creative that happens with us in life, it's always growing, it's always developing, it's always coming into more. And so we can't say, "Oh, that was fantastic." That's not the end of the story. There's always more to it. And what is that fantastic developing into? That's what's important. And and we never know the fullness of it. And so, mass mind theory. Thank you for sharing. I needed to hear that again. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. And let's see. Anything anyone else would like me to talk about or to work with? Is there anyone have any aches or pains or anything like that that's not well or has a chronic situation or whatever? Please do feel free to share that with me. I don't know what to talk about here. What do y'all want to talk about or have me work with? This is the gathering. It's for you. And it's free, so take advantage of it. And that's why I'm here. And I will give you everything I can. Please. Let me see here. Everything's from Parachi so far. Hey, come on, people. Come on, try to stump me. Lynn, anyone or anything you would like me to work with? Are your daughters doing good, Lynn? And Prachi, are you feeling pretty good? Please let me know. Please let me know. Here's one. From Patty, yay! My friend John is having severe neck pain from a car accident. And I'm curious if it's not only from this car accident. He's had other spinal problems from other things. I don't know what. And I think that's the John you mentioned to me in the past, years ago. If I'm correct, I don't know. But what I'd like to do is to work with him as well. And he may even say he's been working with himself to make it feel better. And if he wants to go there, that's fine, no problem. And you don't have to tell him that I did anything if he experiences something like that. So I'm going to work with John. There we go. Starting to release a little bit. When I'm talking about releasing, it's actually just beginning to take baby breaths in there. And that's what I refer to as, and what you've also heard in the past me saying, it's the breath of God. It's beginning to happen a little bit here, so that this will help to begin like a relief within him. But he has had previous neck injuries, I know that. And I know this has bummed him out too. I don't know him, but I know this has bummed him out. And it's still going to, it's almost like there's a little bit of a irritation, inflammation in there. So, and especially around in these areas in here. So uh, he'll begin to experience some stiffness in here, but that will eventually go away. And as far as the injury itself and or the discomfort from the injury, I think some of it has diminished, and it's in the process of diminishing. To what degree, I don't know. I don't know. But he'll be experiencing a stiff neck, and that I do know. And how long that will last, I don't know. But it needs to be more of good cheer. That's really important for him. He needs to be more of good cheer. All right. Good, Pat. Hey, thanks for mentioning him, Patty. All right, good, good, good. Uh, yes, you wrote. And left side. Okay, good. So, Lynn wrote, and if there's anything with you, Patty, you'd like me to work with, please feel free to share. I'd love to. Lynn wrote, one of my daughters has a wisdom tooth issue, causing severe pain more often than not lately. Oh, poor baby. Uh, Pushing the other teeth to the front. Ugh, that's what they do. Thank God I'm not young anymore like that. Or that young, I should say. uh, Still waiting on the dentist. Oh, is there a way to make the wisdom teeth go away? Yeah, get them pulled. That was a good one. That's what I heard inside actually when I read that. It was like a real subtle voice that said, "Get them pulled." So we don't want to do. I don't know, and that's what came to me though. That was funny though. Still waiting on the dentist. Is there a way to make the wisdom teeth go away? Get them pulled, or the smaller, or be smaller, as to not cause any issues. You know, all my life. My teeth have been my nemesis in life. The only major nemesis, that I can think of. I've been saved in many a way. And when I die, the day that I die, I'm going to have with me an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I'm going to take it with me. And it's going to list all the things that I don't think are right. They're just not right. And one of them on the top is teeth. I think that God made a mistake in creating teeth. I think that it should be one big bone without the separations to create the teeth. It's just not right. And here he made little fragile things that we have to get fixed or drilled or rooted or whatever. I just don't like it. It's not right. So, yes, I'll work with your daughter with the tooth, with the wisdom tooth pain. And please do let me know if you know of any changes. The same with you, Patty, with John and anyone else that I work with. Let me know what it was like before and what's happened since in a real short glib, please. What it was like before and what's happened since. And what I do now just may be for the purpose of helping your daughter feel better until she gets to the dentist to pull the tooth. It's funny. I see your daughter just, like having spittle come out of her mouth, and she's just cracking up. She laughs so hard all of a sudden. it's almost like the beginnings of an ease. So let's see what happens with that. My perceptions of things. Alrighty. We got one from, oh, good, good, good. Patty, hi, thanks for being here. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. I'm having neck pain this evening too. Oh, you poor baby. All right, Patty. Let's see if we can do something. I'm really grateful that you're here, Patty. And you might sense something happening, Patty. And try not to go like this to release your neck or to ease it. Because what that's doing, it's re-stimulating the discomfort in the muscles. And it's creating more of a need for the body to be in discomfort. You don't want to do that, hon. Let me know if you sense something happening in your neck. Be candid. And it's actually going up into here, the top part, right underneath the skull. And so, in my perception. And also down, but it's going up in there. And on the sides. And matter of fact, right down in here, my perception is that there was a little bit of a release in there, and you might have felt a little flow, and that's going to be the initiatory act for you to begin to feel better. And I hope that you do. I really pray that you do, Patty. And please do keep me updated, please. And yeah, the shoulder pain is from all that. It's the muscles protecting the spine, and so they're going to be irritated. It's almost like they were shocked. It was like a shock trauma from whatever that is. And if you ever had a whiplash, that might have been the causal moment, maybe from 3 or 4 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, I think. You might have had, a whiplash. That was the causal moment for that to begin to be like that. And please let me know. Please, I appreciate that. And I'm very open. If I'm wrong, but, let me know, please, hon. And Cindy, hey, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored, totally honored. Thoughts on dealing with depression and anxiety that is exacerbated by the COVID. I talked about that a little bit earlier. So if you do the replay on this one, I posted in about 5 minutes after we're off, you'll get more answers than what I'm going to say now, Cindy. But thoughts on dealing with depression and anxiety that is exacerbated by the COVID-related changes in our society and activities, and loneliness, not having a life partner during this crazy time. I totally get it. I understand you 100,000%. First of all, the depression and anxiety exacerbated by the COVID. I just don't believe it. I don't believe the world. I don't believe it. It's like that storm I was talking about earlier. It comes in and everything goes crazy and it's getting thrown around. The winds are picking up everything. Then I wait for the storm to end. Then I walk outside. And all I see is clear day because I wasn't in the storm. I refuse to be. It's not a part of my life, that storm. And I totally get it. This time is perfect for you in your loneliness. How much more perfect can it be if it's like handed to you on a golden platter to get to know yourself? But the mind doesn't want you to. The mass mind, as I refer to it, or mass consciousness, as others express. It doesn't want you to, so it wants you to participate in all the dilemmas, dramas, and traumas of life that you're uh, witnessing on TV and participating in and reading about and hearing about. And but that changes too, Cindy. That changes too. So how can we judge that? And in our judgment, we're becoming anxious. We're becoming lonely. We're becoming, all these full of dramas and traumas. I don't believe it. I don't want to believe them because they're not a part of my life. I can't go there. I just can't. So that's my answer, plus what I said earlier about that. So please do listen to the replay of this after a few minutes when it's over. It'll be up again. Please do take advantage of that, Cindy. And please, if you do find it within yourself, if you would desire an appointment with me, please go to my website. Or Lynn has put up the information, I believe, a little bit earlier in the above, and take advantage of that. And Parachi here, yay! She says, my older daughter hurt her left knee. She says it hurts while she does squats, and her lower back hurts when she does sit-ups. Okay, so basically it's her left knee, and when she goes down and sits up, and say, oh, she calls me Uncle Mark. I love it. There's a couple of families that have kids that call me Uncle now, and I've known for many, 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 many years, and I love them. So she says, Uncle Mark should be able to help. I am supposed to make an appointment too for the same with you. Okay, please do. Yes, please do. She is athletic and keeps straining herself. Okay, she's also growing, and that's why I think that the major joints in a younger person's body, say under the age of 19 or 18, they're not settled in yet, and they don't have enough substance to them to be settled in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with her knee. And her back hurts because, in my impression, see, I won't diagnose, I don't prescribe it, I don't tell anyone they're healed. I let people tell me. I will make suggestions if I know of something, but it's only my suggestion. But please, if you choose, take it to heart. It's valid for me in my world. So when a person is developing, when a young person is developing and growing, they're going to have back problems most often. Young people most often have back problems. Not everyone, but most. And so please do understand that. That's because their spine is developing and their legs are developing, their major joints are developing. And I know nothing about anatomy or physiology or anything else. At one time I was, as some of you all already heard this, I was married to a doctor and very well-known neurologist, and she's good in what she knows. It's incredible. But everything that I learned after all those many years of being married to her, I only heard her giving consults over the phone, but I didn't hear the other half of the conversation. So everything I know medically is nothing. It's only one half of the story. And so I know nothing medically, honest to God. So in any case, tell Uncle Mark about the squats and the knee. Okay, I'm going to work with her left knee. I'm dyslexic, so I think that this is her left. Excuse me, it's opposite way around. So there's my dyslexia. All right, maybe I'm schizophrenic. I don't know. I want to work with her left knee. And if she's there, she may actually feel it like breathing inside. I just felt a little flow. And it's also going to pop. It's going to crack, not in a bad way, but just like cracking a knuckle, even though you don't want to do that. But it'll happen naturally, probably within the next 24 hours. There, I felt the flow. So that'll be indicator. Thank you so much. And thanks for calling me Uncle Mark. That's cool. All right, thank you. She hates to complain. Thanks, Lynn. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Patty. It's such an honor to work with you. And Kevin, hey, Karate, hey, Kevin, thanks for being here. I had a bad intestinal infection for the whole month of May, which caused, oh yes, which caused pain and severe diarrhea. I recovered, but I feel like I've had some lingering digestive. Let me work with you, Kevin, and I just pray to God that you find relief in this. It's really important. You know it more than me. And you may sense something happening, a sensation that's real subtle, real dramatic in your intestines. And it's actually coming from the uh, a little bit above the small intestine. It's coming from about 2 inches above, and it's also affecting all the way down to your navel. My personal perception, and even if you were to press in certain areas in there, you'll see that it's tender in those areas. And tell me if I'm incorrect. And now I'm right above your navel area. I'm going to see if we can push this down a little bit. It's like a disturbance there. I call those disturbances log jams. It's almost like a beaver building a dam. Some water still gets through. That's the life force. And we're going to see if we can stimulate the whole area in there. Where it begins to form a new pattern of breathing inside. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And please do keep me updated, and how you feel with that. I appreciate that, Kevin. And again, if you would want an appointment with me, let me know, and we'll set something up. Or let Lynn know at admin at markrolix.com. Or you can contact me directly either way. It's okay. All right. Thank you, Uncle Mark. That's from her daughter, not Parachi. I love it. All right. Please, any questions, any comments, or anyone would like me to work with them in any way? I would love to. Just love to. It's almost time now, so we're going to say our adieus if there's no one else. And I'm really thankful that you're here. I'm grateful. And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm used for. And I love it. I absolutely love it. This is my life. So, um, also, let people know there's a friend in Kansas, I think it is, or Iowa. I think it's Iowa. And I knew this woman in Phoenix, but she does watercolors. And so, and I saw her talking online and how she teaches others. So I asked her to teach me, and she said yes. So I've already had one lesson with her, and or two, I mean, and she has me paint a picture in watercolors. And so I'm going to be a real famous watercolor artist in my head. And so, uh, but in any case, I'm going to practice playing with watercolors. And the first class, she had me do this little mixing dish and putting water in and color and all this other stuff from the tube, and it ended up all over me. That's how good I was. And I've never done anything like this in my life. I've never painted, except for a house. And so, in any case, no, not tonight, Len. Not tonight. All right, my dear friends. Blessings to you. Everyone here rocks, and please put on there hashtag you rock. And if you can do that, I'm grateful. And also, if you see the replay, put hashtag replay. Google Analytics loves that. Thank you all so much. Please keep me updated what's happened with you. If anything has, that'd be awesome. And I'm pretty sure you'll notice change. My pleasure, Cindy. My total pleasure. And Patty, my pleasure. And everyone. Blessings to you all. Bye-bye, and thank you so much.